Hey guys. Here we go. Welcome to the podcast. Brownie not in the studio, but Urzila Carlson was in the studio.
Yes,
before.
Mr. Chrissie also made an appearance, and I've got to say, spot on as usual. I've got a gift.
Max Gawn joined us as well too.
Sure did.
Bruised up, black eye.
Yeah, we probed him too, pretty hard.
He keeps coming in after losses.
I don't know. All that and plenty more. Enjoy the podcast.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne, and how do
Morning,
you
Christine
do?
Swan. How are you, Dino?
Hi. Is it me? Have we got Mickey Mouse?
Nah, it's just me. I tricked you. How the hell are you two clowns?
Going beautifully. Had a busy weekend again. Kids' footy is back. How good was the day yesterday? It was magnificent.
And Friday, also magnificent.
Don't know what happened Saturday.
That's
Don't
all
know
right.
now.
I'll take it. I'll take it once, literally one step forward, two steps back, and that's fine.
You're right, Friday. It was a nice day. Went out and played golf after work with Sam Pang.
I was
And
thinking of you when I was out walking. I thought, oh, this is perfect for golf.
it was a lovely walk. And even my old man, who was up looking after the kids for a few days because Kyle's was away studying, the old man was, we took him out for a game of golf. And it was remarkable how long it took until I heard the distinctive whip of the golf club hitting the golf bag after a failed attempt for Pop Bizzer to hit it down the middle of the fairway.
Still got all his testosterone in check, hasn't he?
Yeah, he waited till the back nine until he decided to send the echoes around the golf course of you, I think it was you effing
The C one?
something else.
That's
There's
big.
something else. I can't even remember what he said at the end of it.
Good on him. He's still got it, you know. He's still got the fight in him.
He's still a red, hot-blooded
Good on
male
him.
at the good, ripe old age of 65.
You should watch, at that age, at that level of anger, I'm just saying, you should keep an eye on
He's
it.
still got it. He's still got it, the old boy.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Whether you've been craving the ocean, snow, mountains, or city lights, there are so many possibilities for you and your next trip.
Make up for missed holidays and explore more of Oz with whatif.com.
Jump online or on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Melbourne, good morning. We've got such a good show for you planned. Now, if you are going on a holiday, what if it? What if is Aussie for travel? And it's got everything. We're going to probe Max Gawn later because suddenly the D's aren't the scariest team anymore, John.
No, they're not the scariest team. Geelong's still the scariest team, I would have thought. But I tell you what, the Pies have been up and about, Swanny. Yesterday, a win after the siren. Can you believe that? Sunday afternoon, MCG, arch rivals, Collingwood v Essendon, 72,000 people on a glorious winter's day. Jamie Elliott takes a mark, not just directly in front, Swanny, 50 metres out on the boundary. And the clock, he knew he couldn't play on because there's hardly any time left. So actually, when the kick eventuated, the siren sounded just as he was about to kick it, which I reckon's even harder.
Swanee, it's a worst case scenario because you're like concentrating and then you get blasted with a damn siren.
The pressure.
Jesus.
Jeez, it was a great kick. Absolutely. On the members' side, he just nailed it. So the town would have been going off last night. It might be a few late to work. I reckon there may be a few sickies or a few rough heads at work, I reckon.
I
Sonny,
reckon, yeah.
On Monday morning. It was fantastic. Great
We've had
to
a
see.
few after the sirens this season.
Well, footy's been great.
Yeah.
I've loved the footy. And the fact that we've been able to go back and watch it, it's obviously here. We're out of, we're still in COVID time, Swanee, but we've been allowed to go. So the Pies in the top four, they've won 10 in a row. They're wearing black armbands yesterday, Swanee, in honour of my uncle and my godfather, the great Billy Picken, who passed away on Saturday morning. So it's a bloody sad news on Saturday, Swanee. It knocked our family for six, obviously. Shocking. So Billy was only 66 years old, an absolute legend of Collingwood.
Is that Liam's old man, John?
Liam's old man, and Marcus, who was one of my best mates and groomsmen of mine, we played together up at Brisbane, but we grew up together and spent many a day on the Picken farm as kids growing up and kicking the footy with Billy, bustling Billy.
How is he related to you?
So Mum married his wife. Oh, sorry. Geez, I'm going well here. Mum's sister married Billy.
Right.
So
okay.
you can tell my
Proper
brain scrambled. Yeah, proper uncle. So, but he was in the Collingwood team of the century, Swanee. He won 2 Best and Fairest Cup and Trophy. Famously played in 5 grand finals, 4 losing grand finals and a drawn grand final in 77. And Billy was named their best player in most of those grand finals.
Wow.
So, you know, revered by the Collingwood faithful,
Yeah.
over 200 games, 2 Mark of the Years, leaping. Some of his marks were unbelievable. He used to take Mark of the Week like every second week. He's a bit like Jeremy Howe.
So you won a Mark of the Year and your uncle won 2 Marks of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. And another one that should have been a Mark of the Year in the grand final because finals don't count.
Jesus.
Stood on Mark McClure's head in the 1979 grand final. So it was, a sad day, Swanny, because, he's just out working on the farm and looks like he's, it was nothing untoward. Just
No.
looks like he's just passed away suddenly. So,
How's the family going? 'Cause you've
it's
got a
been tough.
huge
Well,
family.
it's just a shock. So 4 kids. My auntie Julie, who's married to him, so Jules is devastated, as is the whole family. So it's going to be a big send-off. It was a huge send-off yesterday for him. I love the pictures. Eddie Maguire texted me Saturday because he loved Billy growing up.
Yeah.
And he gave him the number 20. He actually got the Collingwood number 25 jumper, the iconic number 25 that Billy made famous. Well, Billy gave his jumper to Ian Botham because Ian Botham was a big fan and a mate of his. And in turn, down the track, Ian Botham gave that number 25 of Billy's to Eddie Maguire.
Wow.
So yesterday at the game, Eddie hung that jumper out of the corporate box at the MCG.
Oh, that's moving.
A beautiful tribute. So it was
And
great.
then the Pies went after the siren.
The Pies went after the siren. So Big Billy was looking down on him, and just to finish, everyone loved him, and even the opposition players loved him, even though they hated him, because in games, Swanny, he used to commentate the games while he was playing.
You're joking.
So when the ball was coming in the air,
No.
he used to yell, "Here comes Billy!" And then Billy would come through, flying through the pack and take a mark.
That's magic.
That's magic. So, Vale to Billy. Geez, I tell you what, Swanny, I'm not sure where the funeral's going to be, but it's going to be a big day. So,
It'll be a big venue.
an absolute legend of the game and a legend of our family. I'll miss our stories on Christmas Day that Billy used to hold court.
I bet.
Yeah, he's like the town
I'm sorry,
crier.
I'm sad for your loss.
No worries, thank you.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
That's Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Now, I have
I love this.
I've got a zero tolerance policy for music festivals.
Have you been to one?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, you can't have a zero tolerance one if you haven't been. Which one have you been to?
I think I've been... no, I haven't been to one.
Okay.
But the reason I haven't been to
Dino's
one is
been to
because
plenty.
I've been disgusted by them since the 90s when they started here.
Yeah.
What was that big one in the 90s?
The big day out?
Big Day Out. Big
That was
Day Out.
huge.
It was huge. And all my friends went and had the worst time because, I don't know, it's like it's outdoors. There's people drunk and on drugs. The weather's never good. If you can guarantee the weather to turn, it will turn on the weekend that the music festival is on.
True. Big day out,
Yeah.
Big day out was a rare one because you weren't camping. So you just
Yeah.
went there for the day and got through it.
You
know?
had to endure it.
Yeah. But you didn't have to go sleep in the mud.
That is the worst.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes them even worse.
Well, the falls was big. Or
Yeah.
it's been big.
Meredith, you go every year, Dino.
Meredith is very, very different.
Byron Blues Fest.
I
The
got a lot of mates,
worst.
a lot of stories of mates. When we were growing up, mates just taking panels off the cars, sticking grog inside all the different cavities of the wagons before they'd head up to the Falls Festival, Swanny. You have to try and sneak all the grog in, so it wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg to buy it all on site.
Just the worst.
Yeah.
The worst. And I think also it goes back to my my original hatred of camping.
Yep.
So what's worse than camping? Camping with strangers.
Yep.
Camping with strangers who are drunk and going to the toilet around you. There's portaloos. You're stuck. That also feeds into my anxiety about not being able to escape at a moment's notice from anywhere. Where's my car? How do I get home if I get... I will never, ever, ever go. And I watched with interest the footage and the coverage on the weekend, and I thought, you idiots got what you asked for. You idiots got what you deserved, because it was a nightmare. And I'm against music festivals. For me.
For you.
You can go, but do not complain
will go.
about being stuck and having to wait 6 hours to get out. You knew that. You knew that when you signed up. Brodie, we're going to do a phone topic next, 13 24 10. What's your music festival nightmare? What sort of hijinks have occurred while at the music festival? And Brodie, our resident, I don't know what.
Weapon.
I like that. That's nice.
Where did you go and what did you think was a good idea?
There was a music festival called Lost Paradise, which still runs, and I think we were day 2, and it had been a pretty big couple of days.
Do you stink by this stage?
Yeah, you do, and it's in summer, so over New Year's Eve, so it's really hot and sweaty, and I thought after a belly full of liquor that I could perform a manoeuvre to impress everyone. And so as the music was going, I tried to do a backflip off an esky.
Smart, brother.
But there's not enough height for a backflip.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Off an esky.
Yeah.
And, well, the
For
esky...
a Russian gymnast there is.
Yes.
Not Brody Pummeroy.
And I've never performed a backflip in my life, so I
Okay.
thought... And as I went to step off the esky kind of slid out and I only made it like halfway round and then smashed my head on on the ground.
Yeah.
And so then I spent the night getting stitches in the emergency tent.
Love it. It's great. Tell you what, though. People are still talking about that, though.
Yeah.
The failed backflip.
Oh.
You got them through the torment of being stuck there.
It's not a backflip. You just fell backwards off an esky
Yes.
Back way.
onto your head.
After the stitches, did you get back out there into the trenches?
It was actually on New Year's Eve, so all the fireworks were going off and everyone was celebrating. I was in the emergency
What were some
tent.
of the acts that you risked life and limb
I
to go
could
and see?
not even tell
no,
you.
that's
I couldn't
not
even
the
tell
point,
you.
is
No,
it?
it's not the point.
Music's not the point.
Nah, it's not.
It isn't.
It isn't.
It really isn't.
So what, stinking
you would
out
have-
and pissing in bushes?
No,
would have-
having
he
the
would have-
time of your life with your friends.
He
is the
would not
point.
remember a thing. He would have had more acid in him than the car battery.
What does that
Honestly,
mean?
fair dinkum.
13 24 10.
Lactic acid, he means? I
Yeah,
think?
absolutely.
A diet-related
The muscles.
thing.
The
Yeah.
muscles were releasing it. 13 24
working
10.
hard.
Let's talk about music festivals. You're not going to sell me on them, by the way. Absolutely. My mind is made up. Mm-hmm. But tell us the worst thing that happened to you at a music festival.
We got prizes, gang.
Ebony from Seaford. Ebony, you love it.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Ebony. Which festival did you go to and why was it gross?
Oh, look, this was the very first festival I went to back in the late 90s. It was Big Day Out.
Yeah.
I have been to many after, so it didn't deter me at all, but it was disgusting. I was in a mosh pit and there was a guy standing next to me. He urinated into a condom and then tied it up and threw it behind him.
Ebony,
So that
that
would have
is,
landed on someone.
that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in a long time. And this sort of stuff happens at festivals. Why do
Where were you in 1999, Jonathan?
Where were you in
Oh,
1999?
jeez, I was doing hard at work doing a pre-season. It's
got a motive.
Innocent.
Look, I got to say, not all festivals are like that. The one I go to every year, Meredith, it says on the ticket, no dickheads. And by that it means it attracts a certain crowd, which is generally over 25 and above.
And so this guy wouldn't have been allowed in.
This guy would have been a young mutant, little reptile moron.
Is that a little wee?
A little way into a
If
dinger.
it fits into a dinger?
No. That could be a huge one.
Oh, yeah, they get big, don't they?
This is a no dickhead policy.
Yeah.
Should
Well,
be
he
a
filled
no.
it pretty well.
Need to be a no dinger policy for Big Day Out.
Oh, no, we can't do that.
Ebony.
No glove, no love. Am I all right, Ebony? Hey,
Yeah.
what are we going to give Ebony for that absolute trauma?
Well, not only are you in the running for first class and 50K, would you believe all the donuts are gone? We've been going on a donut frenzy, but instead I'm going to give you searching. A, family pass to Triceratops, the fate of the dinosaurs, discover the world's most complete Triceratops fossil
I'm going to do that.
at Melbourne
Thank you,
Museum.
guys.
Pleasure.
Good one, Ebony. Michael from Bannockburn. Hello, beautiful.
Michael.
Good, Chrissie. Morning, boys. How are we all?
Good, mate. What have you done? You don't sound like an idiot.
Oh, no. Well, when I was 20-odd years ago, I was an idiot. I was in my 20s. So we were off at offshore, and I miscalculated my alcohol content, and I was a day and a half shy of what I meant to have brought to enjoy it.
Yep.
And one of the boys were at the local footy match in Torquay there, and they dared me to do a nude run for a slab of beer, and I said, well, that's no dramas. Let me just get myself prepared. So I did the nude run and got a few cheers. It wasn't amazing, but meant that I was up a slab. after the game, we triked up the hill, up to the main drag there, the roundabout in Torquay, and I've got the slam over my shoulder, and I thought, I'll stop the traffic for all my friends to go. So I put my hand out in the middle of the main drag, and lo and behold, it was an unmarked cop car. So
Yes. Yes. And everyone saw...
You were going home in the back of the divvy.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone saw his sad turnip. You've got a $200 make-out meals voucher, Entrecote, Mamacita, Easy Peasy and more. All these restaurants will be delivered to your house in a ready-to-make kit. Shannon in Frankston.
No chat of music festivals is complete without a Portaloo story, and here it is.
How you going?
Good, mate.
Good. I actually work at festivals. I've been to hundreds, but this tops them all. And it wasn't actually a porta potty. It was a proper built toilet, and they overflowed.
Oh, boy.
And there was a nice poo river floating past the food stall.
Oh, past the food stall.
That is disgusting.
Feel good lining up for a hot dog, wouldn't it? Shies and running through your toes.
Poo river wider than a mile.
Not all festivals are bad.
Yes, they are.
Wrong.
Every
6 bottles
single one.
of wine from Zonzo Estate, mate. Enjoy authentic Italian cuisine. It's in the heart of the Yarra Valley.
Work
Zonzo
somewhere
Estate.
else, Shannon.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne, and welcome to your Monday. And as I live and breathe, Samuel Pang.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everyone?
We haven't worked in the same studio for over a month.
Oh.
It's so good to see
And
you.
yet somehow the show has gone to air. Somehow we've survived.
How
Good
Only
morning.
just.
Absolutely. Although we did see each other last week, for having been paying attention, because you
did.
hosted that. You flew down, hit and run. Morning, Dino.
Yo.
How'd your show go on the weekend? You just did a little quiet number. You snuck out to a venue.
Well, how quiet is it if you're opening the show with it?
Well, it was all over Instagram.
Thank you, Sam.
I was over the gram, was it?
It was over the ground.
Oh, well, it must have happened then.
How'd you go, mate?
I liked your casual outfit, just black jean and a black long sleeve. A black
you had
long
a-
sleeve
Yeah,
shirt. He was in his, what do they call them? Stage blacks.
Yeah.
It was on Saturday night. Wonderful. Remember how I always tell you about, it's not just the comedy festival, like a lot of rooms all year round. So the comedy basement is at the European Beer Cafe.
I love that room.
And just if people would venture out on Saturday night, they would have seen Nazim Hussain, Dave Thornton, Harley Breen, your boy. Mate, it was a
favourites.
cracking night.
All my
it was a wonderful night,
favourites.
but
Do you
I
roll with a bottle of water on a stool?
no.
Sam, what would you do? What would you do?
Only up there for 15 minutes. I can get through. I'm not going to dehydrate while
He's got
I'm
a
up there.
shisha up there on a stool.
and
wrong
two
with you?
showgirls. What would you do if, say, because Carl Chandler runs that room, doesn't he?
Absolutely,
What
from
if,
Little Dum Dum Club.
what if he texted you at 9 and said, "Oh, Chrissie and Brownie and Dino are in the crowd"? Would you say, "See you next week"?
You're over that hump.
Of course.
Yeah, mate, you're going to be playing in front of 2,500 people. So if we're going to derail you with about 8 or 10 friends rolling up,
Yeah.
I'd start to get a little bit jittery about that 2,500
Listen,
at the Palais in November.
You know what the worst part about Saturday night was that I missed Best on Ground, because apparently you were dressed in an old suit for retro round or whatever it is, and you looked like a cop from the 70s.
He's deflected there, and well done.
No, I'm just
He's
saying that's
deflected
what it
very
looked like.
well.
That's the
Actually, not
takeaway.
It's a brand new suit.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm sad I missed that.
Yeah, you should see him. It's like
new
he's
suit.
going to put the bracelets on you and hit you over there with a phone book or something. Yeah, you were terrifying.
Cross between a copper and Anchorman. There you go.
Bang.
Oh, I've got to see this.
That's what I missed.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
This is what happened over the weekend.
News, sport, drama and entertainment.
It's the weekend that was with Sam and Pang.
Is that Samuel?
Yeah, there are elements of that happened on the weekend for me personally. You know, on Friday, a knock at the door. Boys in blue.
What?
Really?
At the door.
They finally caught up with you. So it was a debt. It wasn't a sheriff, was it? Collecting
No.
that debt for the rowing machine.
Quite the opposite, John. Imagine having an item that was stolen from you 4 years ago returned.
Really?
Yeah, laptop 4 years ago it was, and they were at the front with in a evidence bag.
You're
I found it.
joking.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
That's an unbelievable story.
It is unbelievable. The only thing is, necessarily, whoever's had it have changed the, they've
Settings.
been using it, so I can't get into it. I've got to take it to I have to take it somewhere.
How did you lose it?
No, it was stolen.
From your house?
Yeah.
Like, respectfully, I didn't know the cops. I thought they gave up after a little bit with
I
it.
don't think this would prove otherwise, Dino.
Wow.
Never.
How did they track it back to you?
I didn't ask too many questions, Swanny. The man just,
No, this is a missed opportunity. I've got so many questions. I'm so curious.
Ask him and I'll tell you what the answer probably is.
Because if they can't open it, if you can't open it, they can't open it. They can't see that it once belonged to you. Did you have
serial number?
Whoa!
Oh, did you have it like blacklit? You know how you used to write your stuff on the back with a luminous pen?
Yes.
No, I didn't have anything myself, but I didn't write anything on it myself. I didn't have a sticker on it. Yeah, man, it said, I don't know, Rocktober or something like that.
Yeah.
Therefore, I know it's mine. I'm saying they have little serial numbers that they can track it back to the original owner.
Wow.
What else you got?
This is
I can tell you.
That's
It was found in the back of someone's car.
What else was
This
stolen?
is a PR effort by the Victoria Police.
You reckon?
They saw that Sam Pangs.
Agreed.
This was going to the
good
evidence
on ya.
cabinet, and then they thought, oh, no, this will be good. This will look good.
Yeah.
Sam will tell the story on
Was there a
air.
photo opportunity?
It'll paint us in a good light.
Did they get a photo with you in the laptop?
They ran a raffle and you were the prize.
I had 8x10s ready to go anyway, so that was nice. I just handed a couple out.
What else was stolen from your
nothing.
house? That
Nothing. There was nothing of
Well,
value.
somebody walked into your house and took your laptop and then disappeared.
Long time ago, 4 years ago.
Wrestling dolls taken?
Safe.
Have you marked as safe?
They're behind a locked cabinet, Dina, so they couldn't be bothered, you know what I mean?
They're behind those laser lights, like in Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Have you not? I mean, I imagine that there was some fairly hard-hitting stuff on that laptop. Have you
A lot of
noticed?
jokes. See,
Have you
that's why I've
noticed
been-
that in the last 4 years, someone's comedy career has really taken off in a way that is familiar to you, Sam Pang?
You know what? I've been a bit curious that Dave Thornton's been doing a lot of Asian gear. You know what I mean? I just wonder how that quite works. He's really crowbarred it in if you see his app.
Absolutely.
Same when Nazim Hussein's in as well. He's been doing a lot of stuff about going to Bourne High and working in a bottle shop.
What's going on there? The only thing that lets you down on your theory is that I know for a fact, because I've been on it, Dave Thornton doesn't drive a car. He rides an old Australia Post delivery bike.
Really?
Yes, he
Didn't know
does.
that.
Yes, and I've been on it, and it's amazing. And there's nowhere to stash the laptop, so he's not your man.
Okay, good. Where the suspects are dwindling. You know, I've noticed you're a bit grumpy this morning.
What?
No, I've just noticed. Yeah, you attacked me at the top of hour, and you're a bit grumpy, and I know why it is.
Well, his uncle passed away on Saturday.
There's that as well. But this is the main. This is the main reason.
Okay.
This is the main reason because on the Sunday Footy show yesterday, Matthew Lloyd was asked about where Tom Hawkins ranks in the greatest forwards of all time.
I want to ask you, Lloydie, where you rate him, like in terms of all-time key forwards.
I reckon I'd have him in front of Jonathan Brown.
Wow.
Jeez, that's a big call. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, mate, I would as well.
You would not.
I posed the question, is Tom Hawkins on the Saturday night show? Obviously, you were out busy just treading the boards.
Doing a tight five.
Doing a tight five. I asked the question, or posed the question, should Tom Hawkins be in the same conversation as Buddy Franklin?
No, you should have said, should he be in the same conversation as me? I wish you'd said that.
Wouldn't have thought
and
so.
that's false modesty, by the way, because there's no way that he's...
It's my legacy, though, because I was his favourite player growing up. So there you go. I've handed the mantle over, and he's just taken it to another level.
We've got audio of
Makes me
Browny.
feel good.
Browny was watching it, and this is his reaction.
I don't know too much about football, but I'm guessing that you're one of the best ever. And this is no shade on Tom Hawkins, who I'm sure is great. But you're Jonathan Brown. Come
Brownie,
on.
just say it.
Take it easy,
I'm better than
Brodie.
Tom Hawkins.
No, I will not.
Say it.
He's got longevity.
Hey, we'll
He's
move
a
on.
great
Just say
player.
it. Just say it. We'll move on.
Absolutely.
Say it.
Absolutely no.
All right.
Move on.
I'll move on because, of course, this week is a big farewell to the Neighbours television show.
Yes.
A long-running Australian icon.
You are uncharacteristically interested in this. I wouldn't have picked it, but
Well, I was there at the
a few
start. People
times I've
forget.
mentioned it, and you've not just zoned out.
Well, Brownie mentioned longevity, how he rates it with Tom Hawkins. I rate it with television shows, 37 years. An international product that's been gone. I talked to Urzila Carlson yesterday. She watched it in South Africa.
Yeah.
Man, you forget
Oh, it
that
was
this
massive.
is... Also, people forget it was on Channel 7 for 1 year. Then they got rid of it.
Didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
At the start.
1 year. And they said, it's not going to work.
Another good decision.
That's another cracking decision from management.
I really think that there are remember there used to be that you're either a Holden person or a Ford person. You're either a home and away person or a Neighbours person. I'm a Neighbours person.
Right on. I agree. So anyway, listen, one thing we've done over our journey together is embrace the idea that it's a very, very iconic theme song, Dino. That's how you know an episode's finished.
Yeah, and also how you know a guest is finished here when they start telling a long-winded story.
That's true.
Puts everyone to sleep.
So I just wanted to point out that, and we've kind of highlighted this and celebrated this over our times, that at the end of an episode, usually it's fine, but when there's big moments in that show, that song, that music can be a bit jarring.
Like when Jim died.
Would you like to?
Alan Dale.
We're going to count them down all week because this is our last chance, right? We're going to have some guests tonight, but this is when Jim Robinson died, the patriarch of the Robinson family.
Is that the 80s? Or 90s?
What?
90s? Yeah, the 80s or 90s?
90s.
Your 90s?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Might even be the 2000s.
Really?
I don't know.
Alan Dale, Jim Robinson is dead. He's dead in the lounge room of the family home. Suddenly, and just see if you pick that the music at the end is just a little bit jarring.
I'll just put these things away and then we'll have a cup of tea. Okay, well, look, I'll boil the kettle. Don't worry, I know my way around. All right. Fiona! Oh, no! Oh,
What?
Jim, he's dead! No, dead! He can't be.
That happened in 1993. We've just had confirmation.
1993, eh? There
Did
you
you
go.
put that in, or did that really happen?
That really happened. No, these are untouched all week. We've done this before and we've
That's
celebrated.
unbelievable.
Yeah, mate.
Takes
You're
you out
really
of the
jolty.
slightly takes you out of the moment, but
Yes,
anyway.
it does.
Neighbours last week.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Here's Max Gawn. Yeah, he plays for Mountford. Mainly a ruckman. We're talking footy. With Max Gawn.
Max Gawn sporting a shiner. Said this morning.
Yes.
What's going on? Your left eye looks very painful.
No, Jess likes the dishwasher stacked in a certain way. No, I fell. I fell.
Or did you fall onto somebody's fist?
No, me and Jack Viney both have shiners on the same eye, and it happened in the same contest. Libba got him and Tim English got me. Just accidental stuff.
It looks really sore.
It's not, but it looks good, doesn't it?
It actually looks like eyeshadow.
Badass.
So if I did the other one, it'd sort of blend in.
Yeah, it would.
Did you come to the bench and say, cut me, Mick?
That's a Rocky reference. Have you seen Rocky?
We've discussed this. I haven't watched any good movies, including Rocky.
But haven't you not seen
my
Rocky? There's about
goodness.
4
What's wrong with this
crackers
man?
there.
Yeah, sorry.
Listen,
You
enough
are
of that.
fast declining in Jonathan Brown's esteem. for you,
absolutely.
because
We had this Top Gun chat as well.
Top Gun,
Yeah.
no.
No one of the
Rocky,
demons.
no. And now,
Can't even remember. Can't even recall "Cut Me, Mick," one of the most iconic movie
Is it?
lines. No wonder the demons are capitulating, Christine.
that's it.
Should we watch Rocky?
Yes,
Yes.
that's what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Old school. Do you know that back in the day, there wouldn't have been many football teams that as their pump up music before they went out there wouldn't have been playing Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Which is, because you don't know this, that's from Rocky 3, right? And it's by Survivor. And it used to do the job, by the way, too. But listen, we digress.
don't need it.
The Western Bulldogs 17-8, 110, defeated Melbourne 15-10, 100. What is wrong with your football club? What's wrong with them?
Well, we're currently sitting second.
Oh, you keep rolling that out every week. If you keep losing, you won't be second. And
Yeah,
you're,
correct.
you're equal to, what's the letter say? You are
With Collingwood and
Geelong and Brisbane.
No, Geelong are ahead.
You're in great company.
They're
What's
a
the
game.
problem?
Hey, let's put it in the. They're a game ahead of 7th.
Whoa! Oh, well done, mate.
Yeah,
You
well,
won
that's
the,
glass half full sort of stuff.
you're going to say you won the grand final. You won the premiership last year, and this year you're going to make the finals. Is that what you're after? Is that what your club's after, is it?
Well, incorrect. We certainly want to win it, and we're in a great position to win it. We've got a tough run. We got you guys, Carlton. We got Brisbane to finish.
Yes.
We got Collingwood who have won 8 in a row, all by
is it
a matter
10
of
in
a
a
couple
row.
of points.
Is it? Is it 10 in a row, Collingwood?
As of the weekend.
Wow.
10 in a row.
10 in a row. And Geelong would be 10 in a row as well, wouldn't they? They'd be something like that.
Yeah, they're going well.
So there's 2 really good informed teams.
So
and
you won't win them.
Yeah, all three of those ones that I just said.
Yeah.
Well, then we do miss finals. So
Hey, that was a good game, though, on the weekend. It was a grand final replay, Mark II, because you beat them early in the season. But it was a cracker at Marvel.
yeah, and this game last year, round 19 against Western Bulldogs, we lost by 30-odd points, and then went and won 7 games in a row to win the flag.
That's
so
true, Maxie.
There's a little bit in that.
Dino and Jonathan are just, like, they've both mentioned that they're really loving the footy at the moment.
Yes.
There's twists and turns and surprises and, great moments, goals after the siren. We love those.
Yeah, and there's 2 teams that are just doing it for like Richmond are for some reason playing every game within 2 or 3 points, and same with Collingwood. Collingwood are great to watch. That Collingwood Essendon game, the last 3-4 minutes,
amazing.
Was good to watch.
Sort of showmanship and excitement important to you?
Yeah. The Jamie Elliott stuff was really special. I actually saw Collingwood's photographer was right where Jamie Elliott marked the ball. I'm like, this is going to be a magnificent picture. And if you go on the Collingwood social media and whatnot, it's actually like one of those ones where he does 400 pictures in a row, and it's unbelievable.
So run us through it'd be unbelievable. It's one of the best kicks I've seen after the siren. So you've had the great fortune, but yours was about 20 metres out.
Yeah,
in
but
front.
my track record of 20 straight in front puts it in the same sort of
you
category.
did miss one, didn't you?
Yeah.
But also
you
in
kicked
the grand
it.
final.
And mine was to win a minor premiership.
Yours is
Yours was to for your team to finish on top of the ladder.
Yeah,
that was an amazing kick.
Well, no one cares. It's all about Collingwood on a Sunday afternoon in round 19. That's my point. No, the kick, the degree of difficulty was magnificent. What's it like to have the awareness? So Jamie Elliott actually took the mark 30 seconds to go. So obviously he needed the awareness. However, on Friday night, Richmond's Noah Cumberland,
Poor bugger,
played on after he'd taken the mark. He would have been about 50 out as well. What are the players doing out there? Are they yelling out, screaming at you? Are the runners coming out to give you an awareness of how much time's left on the clock?
They're slightly different, the situations. I think the Essendon Collingwood one had a lot of stops before it, where the last goal in the Fremantle game was almost 10 minutes to go. So there's no runner coming out telling everyone how long to go. So they're sort of trying to look at the bench. So you can understand the Noah Cumberland one. And also, I think he's got one of the best kicks in the Richmond team. So he just wanted to roll and kick the goal, which makes sense. But Elliott would have known there was 10 seconds, even less. I actually would have tried to pass it off because he wasn't allowed to run out.
Yes.
So he wasn't allowed to do his natural arc. So it's actually an even harder kick. But yeah, that was all class.
Why are we talking about another team's performance?
Because we don't want to talk about mine.
I was going to say because as your team just limps to the finish line of a home and away season.
About mine.
But you've got no idea. Like,
do you need to go back to the pub with your coach?
Might have to. I might, yeah.
Go and sort things out at the Sereno Hotel.
No, we're thinking somewhere local this time. Maybe the Melbourne Vale.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well,
Max, you were 20.
Entrecôte's available.
Entrecôte, yeah, just not on a Sunday.
I was going to say, Stephen May had a crucial turnover late in the game that resulted in a goal. Did Jake Melsham say, if you hadn't turned that over, we would have won the game? Did he say? No. Listen, I want to ask you this. You're up for 20 points for most of the game. What has happened? What has fallen down with your system to allow you to, the Western Bulldogs to run all over you?
It was a lucky 20 points. They probably played better footy the whole game, but we got off to a good start and then just held that even though they were playing better footy. So our defenders were really good. First time we've had 100 points kicked against us for a while. There's a lot of things that we'll try and work on. Again, like I said, this happened to us this exact game last year. And then we were able to go on and get on a nice little run.
I was going to say, you're cooked. You're cooked.
Well, I just showed the history shows that you can respond from a round 19 loss.
I'm with you, Max.
Yeah.
Maxie, don't move. The probing will continue.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
D's captain, Max Gawn, is in the studio. We got more footy stuff?
Facing the music after another loss.
Yep. That's what a captain has to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you ever have to get up and address the team during these critical times?
Well, we were in front the whole time during the game, so there wasn't really a time to do it during the game. And then afterwards, it's already thinking about Fremantle, to be honest.
So we got players only meetings. So like crisis meetings.
Not when you're sitting second. There might be one if we do drop the next couple of games.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't keep using that. If you keep losing next week or next time we see you, no crisis meetings. Not when you're fourth. not when you're seventh. Hey, we made the final, Sam. Just leave us alone. That's where it's going, mate.
It is. Well, that's why I'm trying to get out all the seconds today.
Speaking of leadership, just quickly, who are some of the leaders that you admire? Because you are universally regarded as a great captain. captain and a premiership captain, but the way you've galvanised that team and all that sort of stuff. Is there anyone that you look up to as a leader?
Well, as a young kid, it sort of has gone back on my face. But I was a massive Ben Cousins man.
Yes.
He was actually my password to everything. He's now it's now changed for those playing at home.
Unbelievable.
But no, I was lucky enough to meet Jim Steins when I first got to the club, and leader in football and also life is some amazing things. Make a joke out of that.
I want to talk about Ben Cousins.
Funny man.
I've got sincere stuff in me.
I saw a little snippet online and I didn't click on it. Ben Cousins made a triumphant return to television.
Yeah, Cousins doing local sports TV
and
in
he
Perth
did
now.
a great job.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while.
Is he still
glad he's back on track.
Very handsome.
Is he still friends with Irene from Home and Away?
I hope if there's a God, yeah.
Are they
That's
friends?
it's a weird mix.
Are they friends?
Ben Cousins did a tell-all interview on Channel 7. Irene was the special guest, sort of pumping him up.
How amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, I remember that. That was an awful... I felt like that was a real...
He was still struggling. That was
it
the one
was
with-
exploitation of a man not doing very
The
well.
one with Basil Zempel, isn't
Yeah.
it? Apparently, though, he's back on track now. He's going really well, and I think he's doing some stuff for Channel 7, so
It's
it's
great.
good. Another controversial thing that's happened in the game the last few weeks been these head-high tackles. Now, Jack Ginnivan seems to be the one where the focus of attention is on. He should have got a free kick yesterday, everyone's arguing, but the umpires have said, or the AFL has directed the umpires to call play on if they're in doubt that a player may have contributed to a high tackle. What have you guys been told?
We saw the clips. Choco Williams actually is a bit of our tackling guy, so he sort of walked us through the rule sort of interpretation. The Ginnivan one yesterday, like not only was it high, then Redmond knew he got him high, so then he tried to really get him high afterwards because he knew he gave away a free kick, so he really tried to punish him, and then there was no free kick for the whole time. To be fair, Ginnivan probably owes one, so maybe that's the one, but hopefully they just get it right. There was a couple that they did get right, but it's an interesting rule.
Any other footy questions before I change the topic?
Just the last one. What's going? Just because I want to make sure that people listening for the footy, what's going on with the medical sub? Are teams taking advantage of the rule, Max?
I don't think so. Well, we don't. Toby Bedford's actually been sub 10 times, which is the most this year out of anyone. I think he's only gone on once. So we definitely don't. But is there teams?
Well, on the weekend was it Geelong where they had a ruckman was a sub, and then magically they took their ruckman off late in the game, and then that sub came on, which seems a like for like position, which it's not a guarantee of happening. But I don't know. I'm just asking what the big footy topics. I don't really care
Should
about the
they scrap the sub and just call it a sub
There
instead
you
of
go.
an injury
medical sub?
Yes. It does seem weird what's going on sometimes when people play the next week and whatnot. But
waves.
It's a big week on 10 Peach and 10. Neighbours is finishing up.
His Neighbours gone to 10 Peach now.
Sadly.
Oh, make it 15. Yeah, jeez.
Mate, you haven't watched Rocky.
Rock up, Max.
No, you think Neighbours is still on the main channel?
Show up
What do
to
you
your
think,
life.
Charlene's still in it?
Controversial opinion, but I believe that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, well, I can't believe it's still going. Surely they saw the writing on the wall when they got dropped from 10 to 10 Peach.
All right. Well, this conversation, is way too late.
Yeah.
But do you have a favourite Neighbours memory?
I'm old enough to remember some of the great characters of Carl and Susan and Harold, and I'm guessing they're all still on because they seem like they like it.
Yeah.
And we had an encounter with Toadfish as well.
What?
An encounter with Toadfish Rebecca.
Yeah, Toadfish.
The great Jared Rebecca.
Yeah, we did. Rising Sun was a popular place for our Mad Mondays, and one Mad Monday we might have took it a bit too far and made some dints in the actual pub. And Toadfish tweeted at Melbourne FC, "You boys have destroyed my local pub." I'm furious.
You made an enemy of Toadfish, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Say bad news, Toadfish. I'm on my way to Lassiter's.
And I've
Yes.
To blow it up.
Join up.
To blow it up again.
I've come into the club to tell boys we've been found out. Like I don't know who did this to the pub, but Toadfish is filthy to us. And sorry, Toadfish, but 90% of them said who?
What?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so not the young crew. They're not Neighbours fans.
Okay, right.
One of the most recognisable faces in Australia, and he gets a who?
Bro, Max, you thought the footy stuff was over, but choke on this.
Brodie's serious analytical footy question of the week.
Choke on this.
Max. Melbourne have now lost 5 of their last 8 games. Have you given up on going back to back?
Whoa, man! Whoa!
5 of 8.
Yeah, and I was injured for the 2 wins, so my record is absolutely deplorable.
You haven't sung the song since May.
I've forgotten the words.
They might be having those players-only meetings without you.
Yeah, I reckon I might just be cut soon.
Maxie, the next month, amazing. Freo, Collingwood, Carlton. We cannot wait.
I'll answer the question.
Are we cooked?
Yeah.
No. We're going back to our home ground in Perth. I'm actually going to see if I can play some mind games early. It's me and Fife doing the coin toss, and the umpire says I'm actually the away team, and I go, no, Fife, you're the away team, because we've done some special things on that.
What a flex.
by you.
Big flex. That is a
You
good
got your
flex.
name
And in
on
the
the list
meantime,
there.
go and watch Rocky, for God's sake.
Exactly.
Okay,
Sort yourself
I'll
out.
The team would love
I'll put
it.
it on today.
The team would love it.
Maxie, when you go to Perth, take some cash because my brother's going to ask for some money. See you, brother.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. We are here. We're all here. It's chilly. It's chilly today. It's going to be colder tomorrow. And I just want to float something with you.
Yeah.
Should I get a balaclava?
I love this
Because,
question.
you know, I'm walking a couple
Yes.
hours a day. It's really good for my mind. I can't give it up even though it's cold.
Yeah.
And I've got the gloves, I've got the waterproof jacket, I've got thermals, I'm all ready to go. But my cheeks and my nose get so cold and my eyes water. So I'm thinking a balaclava just with my eyes out.
I'd love to say yes, but you're in danger of walking the streets of Boroondara and one of the older residents maybe putting in an SOS to the coppers. 3 minutes later, you'd be shot with a taser.
Do you reckon?
Oh, well, there's a fair chance.
Be
Or
a citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
Brownie. You never know. Someone would just take matters into their own hands.
Well, what's an
if you-
alternative?
Well, if you look like you're going to knock over a bottle shop, by the way, fair enough. They should be calling people.
I don't look like actually, I probably would look like I'm going to knock over a bottle shop.
The colour is a factor.
It would be
true.
black.
A black
Why
one.
not? No, wait, make it a happy. Maybe get a bright colour. They might put the cops off.
pink
the
one.
scent.
A pink one. Okay.
Or a
Yeah.
Mexican luchador wrestlers one.
Yes, that's what I want.
Come
Yes, like Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
Oh, this
You're
is
right.
happening.
No bank job or bottle shop has ever been knocked over by someone wearing a coloured balaclava.
Sort
It's
of puts
always
them off,
black.
you know.
That's true.
Good point.
Dan
Hey,
Murphy's will never see me coming.
Well, so I'd love to say it, but it goes one or two ways. you get shot,
Yeah.
or headlines in the Daily Mail, much similar to when you're whipping the trolley boy. They say, geez, hasn't this fame gone to Christine Swan's head because now she's walking and she's trying to hide from the public?
I forgot about the lies. Yeah, I forgot about the completely fabricated articles. Maybe I won't
Go
do
for
it.
it. Go for it.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
How about some tropical stuff?
What is tropical stuff, though?
Well, it's a sense. Time now for a sense of the day.
I've never heard you put more effort into anything in nearly 8 years.
Well, it's Monday, July 25. Some people waking up, or some people just getting the go. They might want a sense of the day.
Who wouldn't?
Why are you angry?
Because Jack knows why I'm angry. Richmond coach Damien Hardwick has been accused of verbally abusing players during a VFL match, Brown. He allegedly screamed threatening language at Williamstown players. Oh, no. That's amazing. That's the players were playing and someone yelled bad stuff at them.
That's how it works, isn't it, generally?
Well, he's the coach of Richmond, though.
Who cares? But these
Defending his players. He'll always go to bat for his
Does
players.
he have a role there?
He was
Or is
watching the
just
Richmond were playing against Williamstown, so his reserves team, or his players from not in the seniors are playing Williamstown on Saturday.
Yes,
and it got a bit willing, and apparently he called the opposition players some weak effing pricks.
Can you imagine if Mal Brown was mic'd up?
Oh my
watching
God.
the film?
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, it would have been sensational.
Who did he coach?
In WA, but like he was a
West Perth.
notorious psycho, yelling at people. And my point is, no one would have reported that.
He got in a blue with one of the players. He was
Yeah.
the coach and walked out and took on one of the opposition players on the ground. And also
horseplay at West.
grabbed the microphone out of the journalist's hand and
put it in the
snapped
bin.
snapped the cord.
Richmond have acknowledged that there was an exchange of words following an incident in the first quarter. But as far as the club is concerned, that is the end of the matter. Senior Williamstown officials, they want to please explain from Richmond.
Yes. Please explain. It'd be interesting to see what the AFL does. I love the second bit, which Richmond denies this happened, but after he called the players the weak so-and-sos, he then said, come over here and I'll show you how tough you are.
Put them up. Put your dukes up.
Put him up. Put him up.
I remember my grandmother had form in this area, Swanny.
What do you mean?
Back in the day, her brother, who was my great uncle, he got whacked behind play. So she
Little brother?
Little brother, absolutely, Georgie. So she grabbed a piece of 4x2 timber, big thick bit of timber that was below the shed there in the grandstand, and ran onto the field and chased the culprit around the field with a piece of 4x2.
Yes.
Good on him.
What a great story. Did she catch him?
So, no, I'm not sure she caught him. So the coppers might have got her before she caught them.
Like me in a balaclava.
So Dimo, horseplay at worst.
I agree. I think that, some language is okay and expected, really, in certain contexts. And I certainly think Williamstown Footy Oval,
whoa,
and it's Damien Hardwick. I think he can say what he likes.
Elon Musk reportedly had an affair with the wife of his longtime friend and Google co-founder, Sergey Brin.
Really?
The two tech titans. They were long-time friends.
She's obviously got a type.
Yeah, with Musk saying that for years he regularly crashed at Brin's Silicon Valley home until Musk's brief fling with her last year. They were both separated at the time, but still. So Brin and Shanahan, the wife, were still living together at the time of the affair. Brin's worth $95 billion.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Really?
Seems a lot.
Yeah. What's he worth, Elon? He's north of that.
200 plus.
Okay.
His dad was in the news recently because he's had or is having a relationship with his stepdaughter.
I was going to say horseplay at worst, but I don't think that.
No, I don't think that counts. I think that's off. Do you?
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
No.
Swanny, I know rugby league we don't touch on much unless it's the Storm, but just want to mention that the Canberra Raiders coach Ricky Stewart has suffered an injury. One of his players scored a try. Ricky Stewart jumped from the bench and instantly grabbed his leg and he's done his calf. Basically, he's done his calf celebrating a player scoring a try.
Tell you what, he celebrates harder than any coach I've seen, Ricky. He goes off.
Subway is offering free sandwiches for life for fans who get a foot-long tattoo.
Who would do that?
Interesting.
13, 24, 10, by the way. Do you hear that and go, that's for me? That's great. I'm going to be like a human free in the Sunny Boys.
It's in Las Vegas.
Sunny Boys? In the icy...
Yeah, that's right. The Sunny Boys.
The icy treats, and you'd open them up and inside would be a free yellow writing.
Would you get the meatballs foot long?
You might. Listen, if you're a fan of the sandwich chain, you may want a tattoo. I'm just saying, get over to Vegas. You're set up for life.
It's quite a good tattoo. Like, it's a good-looking thing, the Subway, a Subway roll.
Agreed.
Splendor in the Grass doesn't sound like much fun.
Oh, what an
So Friday was
absolute
cancelled.
nightmare.
And then, of course, the conditions, Brownie has made it tough. The festival grounds. And it's taken people 3 hours to get 3 hours in line just to get a bus from Byron to the grounds. Uber costs for drop-offs soared to about $250 on Friday night.
Can you understand anybody that pressed on? Like, one little hiccup. I mean, I wouldn't have bought a ticket.
You couldn't get your car out, Swanny.
But I wouldn't have bought a ticket in the first place. But then at the first sort of sign of difficulty, I would have been out. But these people, they're so tenacious.
Yeah, I know, but you actually think, though, the way they park the cars in a certain formation, you are not allowed to leave until the end of the festival. So the cars are in there, and then it rained. So there was a lot of talk. They wouldn't let people get their cars out because it's too dangerous, so they were stuck.
The worst.
The last thing, I want to finish on a bit of a high because I argue there's nothing like a kick after the siren. It doesn't even matter who it is.
Have you ever done it?
No, I have not done it.
I agree. It is the absolute epitome of football showbiz.
And have you done it, Jonathan?
Yes.
When did you do it?
I've done it twice. Once for a draw, and once against the West Coast Eagles. So I knew the siren was going to go because the runner came out and said the siren's going to go.
Yep.
So I knew I couldn't play on, and they were the kicks.
This is a great feeling.
Absolutely. Bloody
Yeah.
oath it was.
This is
It's
how
nerve-wracking.
Yes.
Well, you've done it, but just to watch, I just argue it's a great thing to watch. It's a wonderful experience to the point where it doesn't even matter that it's a Collingwood player doing this.
No.
It's still amazing. Jamie Elliott, is taking the mark. After the goal, this is after the goal, they're 2 points down. He needs to kick this. He's on the boundary line, by the way.
And he's got to win it. The jeopardy is like nothing.
A point's no good.
Before.
And this was yesterday in front of 72,000 fans.
Jamie Elliott to win the game for Collingwood. There's the siren. Arms in the air. That has gone through. Jamie Elliott has won the game of footy for this famous club.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
He should have gone straight to the press conference and said, "I'm out, guys.
Last kick ever.
That's my last kick. I'm out on a high."
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Sad music, Dino.
All right, here we go.
Australian reality shows have been struck down by an outbreak of thrush. And specifically, they're the loved ones.
Yep.
In fact, they're not pinpointing which show it is. Could be The Bachelor, could be Love Island.
The living room.
Could be could be The Real Love Boat, could be any of them. Have you heard about The Real Love Boat? It's a new 10 show where it's set on a boat.
Oh, God.
Thrush.
The COVID goes through that boat.
Thrush on
Whatever
a
boat's
boat.
called. Thrush on a boat.
Thrush on a boat. Jesus.
The report.
Over a horse.
This is really serious.
It is.
Thrush is itchy as heck.
Yeah.
The report goes on. There's a report that say that tensions are said to have flared. And that's not the only things that have flared. After contestants were told to abstain from alcohol while you're getting treated because, antibiotics and booze don't go. So not only are they itchy in the privates, they're sober.
Oh,
which
God.
is not an ideal combination for a love show.
Recipe for disaster.
Thrush is a very common infection, by the way, I just want to say.
On dating shows?
Just in general, but I think specifically on dating shows. And symptoms can include intense itching, redness and soreness. Oh, hang on, what is it time for?
Oh, it might be.
Oh, God. Swan makes it funny now. It's time to laugh.
Your favourite
Hang on just a second. Cause Swanny makes it funny.
Looks like these guys are really itching to get some action.
Come on now.
What is going on?
Producers were heard saying, "Hey, slow down. What's the thrush?"
Swish.
That's a good Herald Sun headline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good sub-editing.
At the end of the day, the directors don't watch the rushes, they watch the thrushes.
I like that one.
That's an industry one.
It's an industry one.
What are rushes?
Rushes are like what's happened during the day.
There you go.
And you can get a handle on where the storylines are. They're called the rushes.
Just for those who don't know.
Bird watchers on Love Island were thrilled to spot the rare big-breasted thrush. And this one I'm not sure about, so get ready to get us out of here.
Okay.
The other ones the other ones you're all happy with, though, weren't you? Just clarifying.
Absolutely.
Take some notes, Sam, for your big gig
I'm
later.
absolutely thrilled.
Yes.
Contestants aren't vote. Get ready, Dino.
Yes.
What, the dump button?
No, just to get us out.
Okay.
This is off colour. Contestants aren't voted off the island. They get discharged.
Come on!
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Mystic Chrissie.
I'm getting the name Claire.
Alexia, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
0 for 1.
I can see a white car around you.
There's one parked right in front of me.
Essential oils, rock lamps.
Yeah, not for me.
What will she predict next?
Hello, Janice.
Hello, Chrissie.
Janice, this is all meant to be because I was just in Sydney and my daughter Peg came up and we went to Taronga Zoo and I bought her a soft toy rhinoceros who she named Janice.
Did you not?
She did. She did. Janice.
No.
Janice. Oh, I mean, she's at school now, but absolutely.
What's called Janice?
I don't know. This is the joy of living with Peg.
Hard to prove.
I love it. I love it.
I'll have to get her on air tomorrow and prove that she called the goddamn rhinoceros Janice.
I love it. I love
I'm going to
this.
take my jacket off. You've made me all hot with rage.
Mr. Chrissie's upset.
Now, Janice, I see the year 1978.
Very done. I'm sure that's on your screen, but yes, I'll give you that.
Her age is on the screen.
Thank you for that.
Yes, it is.
Mate.
Nah, come on.
I can hear George Michael and Wham.
No.
Hate him?
No.
Do you hate him?
Don't hate, but no. Never
I like
never
Janice.
on my Spotify
I can
playlist.
hear In Excess.
No.
You're just listing bands.
Down
now.
to 50%.
Mystic, you're just listing bands.
All right, forget it.
Come on, Mystic.
Forget that. Let's just do a cleanse.
She's not a musical person.
Here we go.
How could you not like In Excess?
I get upset at
Janice is a liar. That's what
Come on,
I'm
don't
saying.
turn on the whatever the person is.
Jakey, I was just showing off in front of my friend Browny. Lasagna, strong.
Dislike.
Yes. Janice, you're just being like my middle child and disagreeing for the hell of it.
I'm not. I do not like lasagna. I will buy it from my husband, but I do not like it, and I will not make it.
She's angry at her just because she doesn't like lasagna.
All right, how about this? This is very specific.
Ooh.
I don't know why I've seen it. You know those little individually wrapped coffee lollies? I think they're called Coffee Co.
Big swing.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
I do know them.
Do they mean anything to you?
No. I do. Well, I have had them. I have had them. I don't hate them, but I'm currently parked outside a coffee shop.
Mystic.
Wow. How many coffee shops in Melbourne do you think there are?
Not many. That is a rare occurrence.
Mystic, Jack said we had to wrap up, but not before you get a hit.
Okay.
Not before you get
Too
a hit.
obscure, Swanny, that one.
I see the colour red. Red hair, red car, red Taylor Swift's album.
Like red faces.
Red nose. She's drunk.
Yeah.
The factory on the other side of the road has red bricks.
Are we taking that?
No, Janice is
we're
doing
not.
her
No,
best. by
come
the way.
on.
Come on.
Come on, Chrissie. Come on.
Prawn allergies.
Sorry.
That ran well on the Cox plate.
Prawn allergies.
You're not very adventurous with your nail colours.
Oh, no, definitely. You got it on the spot there. Yep, well done.
You just have the one all the time. Or two.
Yep, definitely. I'm a neutral girl all the way.
That's good enough.
That's good enough.
Just to clarify, though, you don't have prawn allergies?
No prawn allergies. Had prawn for dinner last night. Still survived.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Oh, my girl. I'll hug you after the segment.
I will shake your hand.
No, you won't. You will
Yeah.
kiss me on the mouth like you normally do.
Yes, you will.
Mass singer, but now it's Chrissie Swan. Catch her on HYPPA. You say it best when you say it's Le Carlson.
Here she is, magnificent.
Gosh, that's hot.
Swanny.
That's a hot song.
It is hot.
I love that song.
I love it
From
too.
the film Notting Hill.
My favourite.
One of your
Our
favourites.
favourite, yeah.
Let's watch it together.
Let's do it.
Ursula, first things first.
Yes.
Thank you so much for filling in for me on Thursday.
Hey, you're welcome.
As
I'm
we
sorry about what I did to the chair.
What did you do to the chair?
Oh, never mind then. Never mind.
Protest.
It's always the saddest part is that you're filling in for me, and that means
Yeah.
that I'm not here to enjoy
I
you.
know, and I redesigned the logo, but then I'm like, well, if you were here, then it would just be Ursula and Chrissie.
Correct.
You know, but the boys were here, so.
Correct.
They did give me a very good toasty. I don't know where they got it from.
Was it from
both of them? No,
Keith.
both of them went to the toilet and came back and gave me a sandwich. So, but it was delicious.
Where was
It
it?
was good.
Where's it from, Jack?
It was from My Espresso.
There you go. You like that sandwich?
It was good, yeah. Yeah, and no tomato because I like my lips.
Yes, I know. How does that get to be the exact temperature of magma?
Yeah.
And everything else is edible.
No, that tomato is the same as from an angry barista's coffee.
Yes.
You know, when you touch that cup and you go, oh, I guess I'm drinking this on Wednesday.
Yes, I know. Right?
Save this tomato for that.
It's crazy. I'm going to put you in the cone later and find out the truth of the matter. But have you been paying attention? You are on tonight.
I am.
You make that show even better than it normally is.
Yeah.
And it is normally.
And more attractive, I like to think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Sex sells.
We're, we're sitting next to each other, too.
We are.
Oh, yeah.
What a
Right in the
team.
middle there.
Yeah. I like being in the middle.
Heat.
Yeah.
It was
You're
fun.
lucky, Sam. You had Celia last week
Yes.
and Urzila this week.
I'm
I'm
lucky
sad
every
that
week.
I didn't get to host it when you
I
were
know.
on.
Bad timing.
So much
Was
fun.
Gleisner back?
Yeah, Gleiser was back.
Gleiser was back.
To be honest, if you have a week off, you should come back fresher than he did, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could tell there was residue of something left in his system.
He's had a bender.
Like I wouldn't scrape his tongue if
Really?
you know. I kissed him on the mouth and I could taste it. Like I was tingling for hours. Yeah.
Because Pang gets the puff.
Yeah.
You know when Pang's had a bender,
Yeah.
had a big few days,
Yeah.
and he comes back, he's got a bloated head.
Yeah.
When I saw
No,
him,
I thought that's when he grows the mo. That's when
Yeah,
he's
I know,
like,
that's summer.
oh,
He looks like El Chapo.
yeah, summer is mow time, and then sometimes have you seen him with the puff? You'll know when you see him.
I do.
I
I
saw
have.
him after a month of not seeing him on Sunday, and I went, the Pang puff.
2-day bender.
2-day
I'll
bender.
do something about that, mate.
Well, what
Bit
can
of
you
a problem.
What can you do?
If you've had a crack at it?
well, my mum goes on water tablets. I can see if I can get you a few from her.
What are they?
That really takes the puff out of her.
Like the diuretics, the thing that brought Warnie down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Good idea.
So we joked about when Pang does his sold-out stand-up show that you were just going to walk onto the stage and through the stage without saying anything.
Yeah.
Where are we at with that? Is it going to happen?
Probably. I mean, I could do it. I could cancel some of my sold-out solo shows that didn't rest heavily on my other people on the bill to sell a ticket to go and do it. But, you know, we could talk about it, I guess. You
Could
know.
have done it on Saturday night. How would you go with that, Sam? Would you be distracted? Would you be able to stay on?
Or I could just go and heckle.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Why
don't
don't
think you'll be
you
able to get a
and
ticket, by
I
the way.
sit up in the sort of pulpit seating and
with
heckle?
chips.
Like those two guys from the Muppet Show.
Yes.
With chips.
Yes. Loud chips.
Cheeto balls that we just throw one by one.
I've got a genuine question before we put you in the cone, right, as we move on. You know, your podcast, that's enough already.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of promos for, all the guests you've, having on, like Sarah Millican.
Oh, what a brilliant episode. You know, people around the world have contacted me and go,
I'll have to
listen,
listen.
that
That's
is the
great.
fun. She's amazing.
How come I don't get
so good.
How come you don't plug it when I'm on when I've done that, you stupid little podcast?
I told
You're
my
doing
mum.
nothing.
I told my mum you were on.
The domestic, Sam.
Sam,
She's
you made,
international now.
Yeah.
that made headlines. Your
Yeah,
podcast
we got in trouble
with
because
Urzila,
your
yeah.
mouth. Your mouth.
Your
Did
fresh
you hear
mouth.
about that?
The Daily Mail.
Absolutely.
That was
Front
obviously
page.
while he was busy puffing up. He shot his mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he sent me an invoice for that podcast.
Is
he
he the-
charged me
is he
for
the
a pair
only
of
one?
headphones.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I know we got to go in the cone. The second time, we had to go, the second time we're trying to...
Third time.
And they had to cancel the second one because I didn't have headphones. I had to go out and buy headphones.
Who doesn't own headphones?
I had to buy headphones to go
Thank
on your
you.
podcast, but
It
that's
wasn't
fine.
an issue, and thanks for not invoicing me. This guy invoiced me and overcharged. I asked for the receipt. He said he can't find it, and just to deposit the $500. I'm like, those look like Sony $10 headphones.
No, I want crisp. Forget the invoice. I want crisp notes next time I see you.
I've got it here. Like
Good.
I got
Unmarked.
the email.
Time to go into the cone of silence. Oh, wrong
Wrong
cone.
cone.
Smoke the cone.
Urzila, you, I think you might be the first, one of the first women that have come in here and sat with these three.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest showbiz arsehole?
I mean, this is obviously not a trick question.
No. And no one can hear us either, by the way. We're in
Sam.
the cone.
It's Sam.
It's Sam, I know.
Yeah. I mean, the other two are lovely.
Is Dino the funniest person in this studio?
Not when I'm in here.
Can you believe that this is a recognised occupation.
No, but I'm still struggling with mine as a recognised occupation. I don't have a bra on.
How have we pulled this off? I do have a bra on, but, I mean, it's optional.
Yeah, I mean, pants are optional.
I wear
you know
runners
what
every
I
day.
think is the worst thing that has happened to radio?
What?
These cameras.
I couldn't agree more.
Am I right?
They've ruined the fun for everyone.
Because now you can't even say you've got a face for radio. And I mean, in this studio, not naming names, but there are some faces for radio
I've
in
got
here.
to put makeup on. It's a pain. Maybe I don't.
I brushed my hair this morning.
stuff
I'm
it.
so disappointed.
And you wouldn't have done that if
Normally,
the cameras
no.
weren't there.
I'd wear a balaclava.
Sam, Brownie and Dina, let's finish with a round of F, marry or kill.
Okay.
Sam, Brownie, Dino, you got to F one. You've got to marry one or kill one. I didn't write this question.
Okay, I'm definitely effing Brownie because he's got that voice.
Yeah.
Right? That would be soothing.
Love you.
Did you know that he got that because he's copped like knees and stuff to the throat? He nearly died.
I mean, it's a payoff. Like, it's working for him.
It's irresistible.
I will kill Dino.
Oh, come on.
Because he has had a life and he keeps losing stuff.
Okay, like what?
He's like his worst enemy. Like, he's got 2 of those electric scooters he's lost already. You know, he's still
I
single.
tried to hook him up with a free one. by
See,
the way.
yeah, he's still single. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff, so I'll have to kill him.
Shit.
I'm going to marry Sam because I feel it's the best way to F up his life. It's like the perfect
genius.
trifecta, yeah.
You really did well.
Yeah,
Raise the cone. Raise the cone.
Let's go.
Oh, it's hot under there. Hot under there.
Yes.
Ursula, you are a delight.
Honestly, I love coming in here. This is not work at all, guys. I can see why you
Don't
you
tell
not look
anyone,
so
Urs.
relaxed.
Cut him off.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
This is why you're all tanned and happy and... Jeez.
Your life's just one big toasted sandwich, isn't it?
It is, actually.
Just having a
Where
good
is my toasted
Do
sandwich?
you have to you've sold out, or have you already done your televised, your recorded stand-up show?
No, I'm doing that in Auckland. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we can't
I mean,
go.
you can. You guys can come. Like, this is like a Tourism New Zealand thing. You should come over. I'll buy you a beer. I won't buy you a beer.
You did a gig at the Comedy Republic, like, what, Thursday or Friday?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Your whole show.
Yeah.
What a treat
an
for
hour.
those people who just wandered
I
in.
told them. I said to them, you are so lucky. You know what? I didn't. Because normally I'm in big venues now. I haven't played a small venue in like 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I could hear, so I'm like, is that someone's phone? And they're all like, no, that's the trams. I'm like, I'm not used to outside noise anymore. I usually make the staff lean against the windows to block any noise.
See Urs and Pangy tonight on Have You Been Paying Attention? 8:30 tonight on 10. We love you, mate.
Gorgeous as usual.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.